Last year, about 5-6 months into opening, we found out that we were nominated for the top 100 Auckland Eats list, and that was for our grilled fish. And I think at that moment we were all just kind of quite shocked because we were hoping we'd win something, but we weren't expecting it. No one knew who we were. We were so new. New kids on the Ponsonby block. No one knew what kind of food we were making. For one of it to be applauded and recognized as one of the top 100 foods in Auckland, it's amazing.
It's the fact that people accepted our creation that means so much for us.
I'm Adriana. I was born and raised in Jakarta, Indonesia, and I am one of the co-owners of Bali Nights.
I'm Bobby. I'm also from Jakarta, Indonesia.
We're a husband and wife team, and there's actually 2 more co-owners. I moved here in 2001 when I was 17, 18 for university. I was born and raised in Indonesia, super immersed in the culture. All of my family is there still back home. We came over as immigrants. We almost miss the food, miss our people, and miss our culture.
I think that's the reason why we have this restaurant as well, just to kind of like bring what we have in Indonesia.
Before this, no one else was really doing Indonesian food like we are. The challenge here is bringing a whole new culture, a whole new taste palette to the people of Auckland, and educating people on what our food should really taste like. So we knew we had to be authentic. There wasn't room yet for anything fusion or anything that's too off the beaten path. We knew we had to do the basics, but we had to nail it, and we had to do it really, really well.
We don't hide the flavors, Our chili is actually really spicy.
About 3.5 years ago, we actually started a smaller restaurant called Java. Java is a 20-seater, like really small kind of, in Indonesian we call it warung, which is like a street side little stall. It was a full kind of end-to-end experience. It was all encompassing of like what you would find in Indonesia. And I think back then we were kind of the first ones to kind of do that in New Zealand. Java gained a lot of popularity, and people wanted to try those new flavors. And so about 1.5 years ago, we decided to start Bali Nights because we wanted a new playground, we wanted to step it up a little bit. The whole concept of Bali Nights, it is a step up from Java. It is more of an immersive experience where as soon as someone walks through the door, they can smell Bali, they can see Bali, and then they taste Bali as well. And that's what we want to evoke, those feelings of just running away to like a tropical paradise right here in New Zealand.
I think nightlife is pretty huge in Bali.
It's when the locals come out to play. It's like when they stop working and they also enjoy themselves. So it's a whole new kind of vibrant atmosphere. We wanted the name and the branding and the decor to evoke those feelings of just like, finding yourself kind of walking through the streets of Bali. It's like a warm, muggy night, and you stop and buy something off the street vendor.
We are proud being immigrant-owned, Muslim-owned, and
Women-owned.
Women-owned,
Yeah.
yeah.
We love that what we brought here, people actually like, they celebrate, and they actually demand it. And it's such a cool feeling to be right here in the heart of Ponsonby, no less. Serving our authentic Indonesian food that not a lot of people know about, and kind of succeeding. And I think that's pretty badass, so yeah.
For me, my favorite dish would be the beef rendang, because it's actually originated from where I come from, which is in Padang in West Sumatra. It's a succulent slow-cooked beef with a rendang spices, and it's quite different to what other countries make, because it's actually originated from Indonesia. I think our version is more like a dry curry, you can say, but it's still quite tasty and succulent.
I would have to say the ikan bakar jimbaran, which is our grilled whole snapper. So it's a fresh whole snapper. We throw it on the grill in the fire, in the flames. We bathe it in our kind of marinade. It's such an iconic dish in Bali because jimbaran is like this area in Bali that people actually come in droves to try the seafood.
So this is sambal mata. Everything is raw. So mata is raw in Indonesia. We have shallot, we have red chili, green chili, and then lemongrass, and then kaffir lime. And then we also have special oil for mixing with all the ingredients that we cook with onions. I'm Zemi. I was born in Kalimantan, or some people call it Borneo. I am responsible for kitchen operation, both Bali and Java.
My name is Yanti. I was born in Bandung in West Java. I'm doing procurement and also for the managing the supplier for Bali Night and Java as well. Rendang is popular in Indonesia. You can find it everywhere, but this one actually from Sumatra. So we cook this rendang for about 4 hours from the scratch. Contains the coconut milk, coconut cream, and also from chili as well. Yeah.
So it's a fresh chicken thigh. So we should marinate. It's not like overnight marinade because it's fresh. So basically, same like a steak. The main actor is the chicken. It's not the sauce.
Challenging times, yeah. I mean, I guess COVID. We can talk about COVID a little bit. To be honest, I'm so over it. Everyone's found COVID challenging.
At that time, I think we just started the restaurant, and so we didn't have the online or deliveries options back then. So we just need to switch like really quick in terms of like doing the business strategy and just moving on to online deliveries. And I think we adapted quite well during that time. Being with our business partners kind of help. You know, you need to find good people who kind of like connects with what you have in mind. The main thing is the support system around us.
It was really hard to stay motivated. We just signed a 6-year contract on the lease and everything. We've hired people. It was like 5-6 months into like opening, right? And so I think for me, just that drive to look after your own people was probably the strongest. I actually really love the uncertainty of business. I've only just made the switch to full-time business owner about a year ago. And a year and a half ago when we opened up Bali Nights. Before that, I was a product marketer for software companies, big box companies. Back then, I used to complain all the time to Bobby about like, having 3 different projects all at once and, deadlines and all these things. And then I kind of laugh because it has nothing on owning your own business, especially in hospitality. You're suddenly working 24/7, you have no idea how to do half the things that you're supposed to be doing. And I think that's what motivates me. It's that uncertainty and just like constantly learning and constantly growing. I think food is like the
easiest pathway to connect with people, I guess.
Yeah.
It's people love food, and it's how we communicate and introduce our culture through food.
The dream is just to see Indonesian food on every corner of New Zealand, much like our friends have done with like Malaysian food, Thai food, Filipino food. Like there's so many of all these other beautiful cuisine out there, and we would love to see ours on the map as well.